exclusively on the LCS.
Welcome to week 4. Oh, Link! Wow, the Press Express monthly pass coming in for Link there. Very good win by CLG. There's the headbutt into the wall and the pulverize, knowing that the wall would stun him up a little bit. Here comes the teleport in. It's going to be Groot. No, that is not going to happen for you, Cubs.
That headbutt. St. Vicious's return comes in victory.
Can pull out the chase.
Whoa! Wow! Wait a minute! Back and forth!
What just happened?
I have no idea!
That was awesome.
But they are able to pressure through, push through, and persevere.
Clean game by TSM. 31 kills, 36 minutes, and a victory.
Cruiser goes down immediately. Xmithy's big there with a double kill. Dig, why did you go for Baron? XDG was able to grab a huge advantage here, but they get the victory, and that's all that matters.
Welcome to Week 5 of the North American LCS Spring Split, coming to you live from our broadcast home in Los Angeles, California. The audience is fired up, and it's shaping up to be another great day for League fans everywhere. Hey everybody, I'm David Freak Turley, and joining me is Joshua Jat Leisman. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. We got some new digs looking on the set today, and we got another 4 awesome games of LCS action.
It's going to be a whole bunch of fun, guys, today. As you say, we've got 4 games coming up, starting with CLG taking on Cloud9.
Then 6th place Evil Geniuses will face off against 5th place Curse, followed by Zion Spartan and Coast taking on Benny and XDG.
Then we conclude our LCS day with TSM squaring off with Dignitas. But first, you've probably noticed we have some sweet new splash art in the set. And here at the broadcast team, we've been bitten by the Valentine's bug, and in the spirit of the season, we'll be giving away to some of you the brand new Heartseeker Ash skin.
Right, so send us your tweets, and if it gets aired on our broadcast today, we'll be giving you 2 skin codes. So make them great, and then you get to share your prize with whoever you want.
If you don't got a Valentine, I'll take it. Don't worry, guys.
Definitely not free.
I got you covered. Today we're asking you, which North American LCS Pros playstyle do you love the most and why?
Yeah, send your answers to us at LOL Esports, and be sure to use the hashtag LCS.
Now for a look at the latest news out of the LCS, let's send it over to Riven Kobe.
Thank you very much, Freak. Hello, everyone. I am Rivington Bislin III. With me is Sam Kobe Hartman-Kensler. How are you doing this week?
Great. I'm happy to be back, Riv. The audience is excited, as am I.
We are 5 weeks in, and week 5 of the EU LCS belongs to the history books now. We'll check the standings out in just a minute. First, let's take a look at the most tweet-worthy highlight you hit at hashtag LCS Big Plays.
All right, so Chan Ah Win says Millennium J-Ree MVP in that match. Mad Life hook onto Reckless, followed by a flay onto 3, catching Fnatic out, and it led to a Baron and a decisive win.
That's right. Let's take a look at your number 1.
Now Kevin again in amongst the team doing damage. All the barrel rolls back there. Kratos making sure he doesn't run into a pillar of ice. Going to lock up Yellowstar. He's going to get caught out there. Try and turn it back around on towards Peke. The hook on Reckless. They're going to follow through. The flame comes through. Brilliant. No, Kratos off the side. He's just taking them down one by one. A triple kill comes from Kratos. But what a setup from J-Ree.
Sometimes when everything's looking bad, somebody still has to make that one play. And everybody there, I think, was about 600 combined health coming off of Millennium. It was a pretty crazy play. Be sure to keep sending us your favorite moments as you watch today's games.
Yeah, hit us up at LOL Esports, and be sure to use the hashtag LCS Big Plays to see all the hooks, the skyfalls, and other assorted carnage on tomorrow's broadcast.
So with that, you've seen the play, so let's see how it affected the EU standings. In the first is Rocat. They are going to look to continue now having first place, and they are the team to beat over the EU LCS.
Then Fnatic continues to struggle, dropping to 3rd place with 5 losses now.
Super Hot Crew hooked MVP for Migza, who went 0-0-19 as Thresh in their win over Alliance. Very good job for these guys. Turning to the latest out of the NA LCS, we find that TSM is still going strong and inching closer to the record for the longest winning streak in the North American LCS.
That's right. They're at 9 wins now. I mean, currently the record is held by Cloud9, who won 13 in the 2013 Summer Split, so they've got a ways to go.
Absolutely. While TSM's building their streak, we saw Dignitas' heavy 3-game schedule end with 2 losses, breaking their 6-game run.
Yeah, what can we say? They made a lot of mistakes, and they kind of fell back into some bad habits against XDG.
While Dignitas managed to hold on to third, Curse moved up in the standings to end the week in 5th place, however.
Yeah, since St. Vicious came on board as support, we've seen mixed results.
Yeah.
He brings an aggressive play style and has been tagged as the team's new shot caller, but they weren't able to put up much of a resistance against the TSM juggernaut. We'll see how his style of play fares against a veteran support like Crepo when they face off in our second game.
That's right. Now let's take a look at the North American League standings. In first place with a 9-game run, we have Team Solo Mid.
In second place, it's Week 4 MVP Meteos and Cloud9. Then Team Dignitas sits in third, but they lost 2 of their last 3 games, so they're kind of on a downward trend.
Looking to get back on the up. In fourth, we have a surging Link and Counterlogic Gaming who finally have their roster in place, and Curse has climbed to 5th with 4 wins.
In 6th place, it's a tie between Evil Geniuses and XDG. Then in 8th place, we have Coast looking to snap a 6-game losing streak.
And now that you see how the teams stack up, let's break down the ones we're going to be watching this weekend. Starting off with I'm a Cutie Pie. Being undefeated on Jinx so far, he's now picking Lucian twice and has not had the same success. We'll have to see if the loose cannon makes her return today in the hands of Cutie Pie.
And then we've got XDG mid laner ManCloud. He's still on watch because he led the North American LCS in kills in 2013, but he struggled to get any momentum since that Zuna Smithy lane swap.
Also, we're going to be continuing to look on to Dexter, another player that is coming to the light. We've been waiting for him to come over. CLG did get a win out of that with their debut in him in the LCS, but we're still looking for him to do some big things. It was not the strongest performance, and we'll have to see how he does against Meteos today in their first game.
And then in the top lane for TSM, we've got Dyrus. He had a couple of monster games, and he leads the NA LCS in KDA with a 12.0 KDA, and he's ended the week without a single death.
And then we'll be watching to see how legendary Xiao fares against Prolly in Sunday's North American Challenger Series Final. LMQ is currently undefeated in their 6 games, while Prolly has only died once in 4 games. For more on the NA Challenger Series, head over to lolesports.com and check out our closer look at Sunday's finals. While you're there, let us know who you think will win today's games.
Click on the matches at the top right. Go to Week 5, lock in your vote, and then remember to reserve your spot to attend one of our upcoming game day recordings, and we're going to get the full immersive LCS experience to all the fans.
That's right. All you have to do is click on the tickets link for all the details. Now we're going to send it across to Freak and Jat at the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Riv, and we turn our attention now to a story where basketballs and Summoner Spells collide.
Hey, Freak Basketball and League of Legends share a lot of similarities. They're both 5-on-5. You play 5 different positions. Communication is vital, and there's dunks.
There definitely are. And a lot of kids grow up with NBA players as their heroes, but here's a story of an NBA star whose hero is a mid laner.
Right. Utah Jazz forward Gordon Hayward called the 22nd timeout during a recent trip to LA to stop by the Curse House and meet his favorite LCS pro.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm good.
My name is Gordon Hayward. I am a professional basketball player for the Utah Jazz. This is my 4th season in the NBA.
Good to officially meet you. Dat. That's my real name. What is it? Joe Dat. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Boy. Yeah, that's fine.
I was always an avid video game player. I'm just a competitor, and video games is another outlet for that.
We got a nice little setup for you here. We're gonna play some? If you're down. Yeah, I'm down.
I knew of Gordon Hayward. I knew he was a player for the Utah Jazz. He was streaming League of Legends. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, oh, what's up, boy? I watch you all the time. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
He actually came on the stream, and he doesn't probably know this, but all my friends in the background were freaking out.
I play a lot. Usually I bring my laptop so I can play on the road, just depending on the internet. And some of my friends are gold. They rub it in so much. Dude, I'm gonna get there, just wait. Yeah.
Should we do ranked or normal? This is my D5 account.
Yeah, we should definitely do normal.
Oh, come on. Nice try. All right, we got first blood. I'll take it. All right, I'm coming top.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I'm coming. Oh my God. Flash. Can you get back on with D? Nice job. Yeah, you one-shot the Kazakhs.
There's actually a lot of similarities between competitive video games and competitive sports, basketball and League of Legends in particular. Obviously there's the 5-on-5 aspect, but everyone kind of has a role. When you watch the LCS games, the teams that are the best at communication usually, do the best, and that's exactly how it is in basketball.
When you have a team of 5 people, they just mesh well together, they know their plays, they know the strategies together, then you can find success on the fields of justice or the basketball court.
So when you're playing, do you get like nervous up there?
Yeah. Playoffs, Worlds, or like even like the recent relegation that we played, there's just so much pressure. Like I want to do well.
Right.
It's like a huge crowd. I feel like everyone's counting on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine you go through a lot of the same stuff.
Because it sucks when everybody's watching you and you know you don't play well.
Yeah, it feels.
You do kind of feel like you let people down.
Yeah.
And then I didn't ever think I would leave like school early.
Yeah. You were in college, right? And you got drafted.
I left after my second year.
Yeah.
How old are you?
19.
19, and so I mean you're like on your own. Where are you from originally?
Berkeley. It's pretty crazy. We both were like a few years ago just living our lives, going to school, doing that, and we just kind of imagined that we'd just keep doing that, and we just got plunged into like these different worlds.
Nice.
We got a kill mid. I like it.
So on Random, do you think you should build the armor part first or the health part first?
On Wukong, you want to get the health because his passive is like pretty ridiculous in team fights.
Just playing with them, it's amazing, you know, all the details that he knows about the game. He probably doesn't think about when he's playing League, but it's just like I don't think about when I'm playing basketball.
Man, 0 for 2. I'm too heavy.
Nah, you did good that game. We had a lot of fun, and we did make some plays together.
We did. We got some first bloods. In both games, actually, we got first blood. We didn't really turn that into victory for us, but it was a good start, I guess.
So you had to work on your autograph?
I just do whatever and do the boy. I don't really practice.
Wait, so you don't have like a certain one?
I don't know. I just kind of do boy.
Like I'm gonna have to get your autograph before we leave.
All right, I'll get yours too.
So, let's see this boy signature here.
All right, we got the whole team on here.
Cool. Thank
There you go.
man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Hang this thing up.
Where's that basketball, Mark?
Not only League of Legends, but esports in general is getting very big, and there's a very big community. Selling out Staples Center was pretty impressive for one, and you know, I'd sit at home and watch, and I'll have friends come over and say, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm just watching this." Like, how do you sit there and watch it? And it's like, well, how do you watch a football game? You know, it's the same exact thing. A different venue of where guys are competing.
And joining us to talk about his dual lane partnership with Hayward is Curse's Boy. How's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So like, I'm like kind of at a loss for words. Like I like the package. What were like your thoughts overall? Like seeing him hanging out for the day. Like what was that like?
Yeah, so when I started talking to Gordon, we were just kind of messing around. It was like, oh, like we played some games online. It was like, all right, now you gotta like come play me in basketball. Like I'll show you what's up. And then I was like, all right. And then finally we met up. We got to play some duo queue and just actually hung out in real life for once. And it was really cool. Like he was awesome, very down to earth. Like pretty much exactly as I imagined, and it was a great experience for sure.
Yeah, and he said 0 for 2 at some point in that video. How did the games actually go outside of first blood?
First game we duo queued bot. He played Lucian and I played Thresh. We were just like, all right, we're just gonna like go off and like carry this game, and we like got first blood. I think we double killed their bot lane, and then our mid laner just died a bunch of times, and they kept roaming down, killing us. So that was kind of a bummer. And then second game we're like, all right. You just play like you're one of your best champions. I'll just play one of mine. He played top lane Wukong, which is like one of his specialties, and I played jungle Lee Sin. So the strategy was just that I just like gank his lane, like get him fed, and Gordon would go off. And then so we killed their top lane in their jungle a bunch of times, and we had like a massive advantage. And then I mean just like League games go,
it all fell apart.
Yeah, it's sometimes you just throw. I think it was a Baron throw, and that was kind of the end of us. But
ouch.
Yeah.
So that first game is because the support didn't ward, right?
Basically.
Yep.
And that was my fault.
Okay. So then how'd the basketball games go, though?
We actually didn't get to play. He had to play the next day. He was playing the Lakers, which they actually won that game, and so he had to get back. And we wanted to play a little bit of hoops, but we didn't have time. But I think we could all imagine how that would go.
Yeah, you
got a bit of a height edge on him.
Yeah,
I feel like you'd be more agile though. You get around him. Just put the layups over there. Like,
I wish.
Just the micromanagement, the mouse moves. Okay. So let's actually start talking about the games today. So how you feel about your matches coming into the week?
So we're playing EG again. It's a rematch. Last time we played them, I wasn't feeling too good, and I kind of let my team down. But hopefully going to today's game, we're going to do a lot better. And hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, what's it been like now that Saintfish is a little bit more established as a support player and Z-Camp more in that coach role?
Yeah, so Saints just started to play support, I think, about a month and a half ago. So he's still sort of learning the ropes on the role, but from like a shot calling perspective and stuff, he's bringing like a more directive voice to the team that is something that I guess we kind of lacked for a little bit. And not every game goes spectacularly, but I think we're like actually looking to make a lot more plays, and I think that's pretty important because we might fall down a bit more, but I think the successes that we have are a bit more dynamic, and we actually like see ourselves improving, I guess, which is I think a good thing.
Are there any differences playing with Saint compared to last season? Has he changed as a shot caller?
I think that he's gained a little bit more perspective. I think he's a bit more of a like, I guess, balanced person. So I think if something doesn't go well, we're all a little bit more open to just trying to evaluate it for like what it is. And I think that he's changed for the better. I think that there's a lot more room to grow as a team since last season.
All right, Voy, thank you very much. Good luck on your games this weekend. We've got some games to play, so later on we're going to take a closer look at Voyboy and Gordon Hayward playing some games together, but we've got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll jump into our first game of the day when Dexter challenges the King of the Jungle. It's Counterlogic Gaming versus Cloud9. Don't go anywhere.